Have you ever looked at yourself and wondered, when did I become like this? Not weaker. Not less intelligent. Just less confident. You hesitate before speaking. You question every decision. You compare yourself with everyone around you. And the strangest part is, you can't remember exactly when it started. Because confidence rarely disappears overnight. It fades. One small thought at a time. Most people believe confidence is destroyed by failure. They think losing a job, making a mistake, or getting rejected is what breaks a person. But that's not how it usually happens. The real damage begins much earlier. It starts quietly. Long before anyone notices. Long before you notice. And by the time you finally realize what's happening, that silent habit has already become part of your everyday life. It always begins with a thought. Not a loud one. Not an obvious one. Just a quiet sentence that slips into your mind. I'm probably not good enough. They're better than me. What if I fail? At first, it feels harmless. Almost insignificant. But your brain doesn't judge thoughts by their volume. It judges them by how often you repeat them. And repetition slowly becomes belief. Imagine hearing the same sentence every single day. I'm not ready. I'm not attractive enough. I'm not smart enough. Even if those words aren't true, your brain begins accepting them. Because the human brain loves familiarity. The more often it hears something, the more real it feels. Eventually, you stop questioning those thoughts. You stop arguing with them. And without realizing it, they quietly become your identity. The most dangerous part isn't thinking negatively once. It's what happens next. You begin avoiding opportunities before they even arrive. You don't apply for the better job. You don't raise your hand. You don't share your ideas. Not because you're incapable, but because your mind has already convinced you that failure is inevitable. And every opportunity you avoid becomes another piece of evidence your brain uses against you. Little by little, your comfort zone becomes your entire world. The things you once wanted to do now feel impossible. Not because they've changed, but because your confidence has quietly shrunk. And the smaller your world becomes, the less evidence your brain finds that you're actually capable. Without realizing it, you're training yourself to stay exactly where you are. Then another habit quietly joins the first one. Comparison. You begin measuring your life against everyone else's highlight reel. Someone gets promoted. Someone buys a house. Someone starts a business. Someone travels the world. From the outside, it looks like everyone is moving forward. Except you. But you're comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's best moments. And your brain believes that comparison is reality. Confidence doesn't disappear because other people become better. It disappears because you stop noticing your own progress. Every achievement feels too small. Every mistake feels enormous. Eventually, nothing you accomplish seems good enough. And that's when comparison becomes addictive. No matter how much you improve, someone will always appear further ahead. So your confidence keeps chasing a finish line that doesn't actually exist. Here's what most people never realize. Confidence isn't lost in one dramatic moment. It's lost through thousands of tiny decisions. Every time you stay silent. Every time you avoid a challenge. Every time you choose comfort over growth. Your brain records it. Eventually it reaches one simple conclusion. This is who I am. And once your identity changes, your behavior follows automatically. The stories you repeat become the person you become. If you constantly tell yourself you're shy, you'll avoid conversations. If you tell yourself you're unlucky, you'll stop taking chances. If you tell yourself you're not confident, your brain will spend every day proving you right. Because your mind always works to protect the identity you give it. The good news is, the same brain that learned fear can also learn confidence. Your mind isn't permanently broken. It isn't fixed. Every thought you repeat, every action you take, every challenge you face, is slowly rewriting the way your brain sees you. Confidence isn't something you find. It's something your brain learns. One decision at a time. Most people wait until they feel confident before they act. But psychology shows the opposite. Action comes first. Confidence comes later. Every small action sends your brain a new message. I survived. I can do this. I'm stronger than I thought. Those tiny victories become evidence. And evidence is what slowly changes your identity. You don't build confidence by thinking differently. You build it by collecting proof. Proof that you kept your promise. Proof that you showed up. Proof that you finished what you started. Your brain pays attention to actions. Far more than positive affirmations. Every promise you keep to yourself becomes another brick in the foundation of genuine confidence. Start with something small. Wake up when you said you would. Finish one task. Read one page. Take one walk. Your brain doesn't care if the victory is huge. It only cares that it's real. Every promise you keep makes it harder for your inner critic to convince you that you're incapable. One day, you'll realize something that changes everything. Most people aren't thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves. The approval you've been chasing was never the missing piece. Because confidence doesn't grow when strangers clap for you. It grows when you finally stop asking their permission to become yourself. The loudest voice in your life will always be your own. If that voice constantly tears you down, no amount of compliments will ever be enough. But if that voice becomes your biggest supporter, very little criticism will ever break you. Because real confidence is built inside, long before the world ever notices it. One day, you'll look back and realize nothing magical happened. You didn't suddenly become fearless. You didn't wake up as a different person. You simply made one small promise. Then another. Then another. And over time, those tiny promises became proof. Proof that you could trust yourself. And that's the moment confidence stopped being something you wished for and became something you earned. The habit destroying your confidence was never failure. It was the quiet decision to believe every negative thought your mind whispered. But remember this. Your thoughts are not your identity. Your past is not your future. And confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build every single day. Every single choice. Every single promise you keep to yourself. Because the strongest person you'll ever become is the one who finally learns to believe in themselves first.